Yeah, if you want to. All right, hello friends.
Hello, friends.
This is my favorite chicken butt. That's for Amir, and we're just down one amigos. The other amigos is laying down. This is my second child, Amir, and I'm going to tell you all about my birth experience. So I was gonna do it today. So just to preface this video, Amir, can you scoot over for me? Just relax. I am sitting in what is to basically be my daughter's nursery. I also had a, move over a little bit so my mommy can show. I had a birth pull-in because I was prepared to have a second water birth. Amir was my first water birth. My 11-year-old, I had him in the hospital. I had Amir at a birthing center. So this was supposed to be my second water birth and my second natural birth. My first birth was still vaginal, but I had an epidural. This is supposed to be my second natural water birth. This did not happen that way, and so I'm going to tell you guys the story about how that happened. As you can see, we have pink lights in here. You know, we have the cute little magical pool. Her crib is over there, and I mean, this is still going to be her space. But anyway, the birth went crazy. It was, I mean, it didn't go crazy. It was a very surreal experience. So, yay for me, I'm no longer pregnant. It got real. So
Hearts.
basically, yeah, hearts. We got hearts. Okay. I was due about a week ago, and I passed my due date, right? I've never passed my due date before. So I started to lightweight panic a little bit, even though I know as a trained birth professional that I shouldn't, but love, stop. I started to panic, right? And so I was like, I can't really get with the castor oil stuff. So I was kind of like, what can I do? I'm like, okay, there are a few things I can do. A pedicure, you know.
Got my heart.
There's nipple stimulation. There's other oxytonic giving activities. There's acupuncture. So I was really like lining it up as the days kept passing. But the week before I was due, and some of the week into when I was due, I was having real pain. Okay. I was having real pain. I was having contractions that would stop. This has never happened to me before. With my two sons, when my labor started, they ended with a baby. There was no off and on. So I was like, dang, this is getting really frustrating. This is getting really annoying. Like, am I ever gonna have this baby? Like, what is going on? And I just eventually, after a couple days, I just like stopped even like saying anything about my discomfort and contractions, because I felt like it was frustrating me, and it was also like exciting like my other family members, like that there was a baby coming and another day would pass. So I was getting very, what, Amir? Okay. I was getting very frustrated, and I didn't want to be like constantly like, oh, I think I'm in labor. I'm not. I'd only called my midwife twice, but so I did have a midwife, but I was just like, this is getting ridiculous. Amir, I am trying to finish the video, okay? Let me finish. I'll let you talk in a minute, okay? So, anyway, had the pool set up because, again, you guys know I'm a trained birth professional. I really feel like if there was ever a time to not go to a hospital, if you didn't have to, it's now. So I was like, you know, I'm definitely going to go through with a midwife-supported natural birth at home. Cool. Have everything set up. Even did a trial run with the tub. I mean, everything. Everything's set. Midwife checking. Baby still moving. Everything's going great. So I go about my week regularly. I take 3 toddlers to a museum. I went to go run errands. Ran to the grocery store. Went and got a pedicure to try to like stimulate some of the acupressure points on my ankles. I actually made an acupuncture appointment the day that I actually ended up having her. But I was like, just trying to do as many like natural things I could do to try to like speed things along, so that hopefully at some point I would get like some real contractions that I would call my midwife and she'd be like, I'm on my way, you know, just trying to get labor started. Ate papaya salad, drinking lots of water, was just doing all kinds of stuff to just try to like get some type of inkling that I was gonna go into labor soon. Like I wanted my mucus plug to come out, my water to break, something. Really wasn't getting too many signs or symptoms. I'm just getting bigger and bigger by the day. So what happened is, Amir, I need you to like turn, like relax, okay? Okay, can you relax? Okay, I'm gonna let you have a part in just a minute, okay? You're gonna tell them what happened when mommy started having the baby, what you heard, okay? So I wake up on this particular day and I'm fine. I had been getting up all night to pee, normal pregnant stuff. Got me some, I got up and I got like my usual, or what I had been eating. I had been eating bagels and I've had coffee my whole pregnancy. So I was getting me some coffee and a bagel and yeah, I had stepped outside to get some fresh air. And well, let me back up. I got up and got something to eat, and then I started to, right before that time, so around 9 a.m. I started having these contractions, and I was like, oh, these are kind of strong. Okay, 9 a.m. Keep that in mind, 9 a.m. I'm going to give it an hour, and then I'll actually call my midwife because I've been having so-called false labor. I've been having contractions off and on. I mean, they would literally go on for 2 or 3 hours and then stop, and then they'd be like every 20 minutes. They weren't even close together, right? So I was like, if I keep having consistent contractions for an hour, I'll call my midwife. This is what I tell myself literally at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Exactly, literally. I looked at my clock and saw 9 a.m. So went on about my day, made my breakfast, stepped outside for a minute because I was trying to be mobile, you know, walking. Also trying to, you know, move, get baby into position, you know, have labor started. So I go do that, right? And then they can see you, man, okay? So I go do that, and Amir, why can't you just sit still? You don't believe in that, huh? Okay. So here, mommy would just hold you. That's probably what you want. You want some love, okay? You want love? Okay. So what happened? So yes, so 9 a.m. I decide I'm gonna give myself an hour to see if I'm gonna have enough contractions, consistent contractions to trying to yeah, they can't sit still. Trying to give myself an hour. An hour passes and I have quite a few pretty intense contractions, probably about 15. I'm still determined to eat this bagel, okay? I'm trying to finish my breakfast, and then I thought that the time was getting closer to 10. I was like, let me go ahead and call the midwife because things are getting very like strong to the point to where like I'm starting to not be able to talk to them. One of the big things like any medical provider will tell you is when you can't talk to your contractions, that means they have your full attention. That's when you need to go to the hospital. That's when you need to call your midwife, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, like I'm starting to not be able to talk through these. I'm starting to, when people start talking to me and I'm in the middle of one, I'm holding my hand up like, shut up, like, let me process this. And then at that point, my partner was like, you need to breathe through these. So I think he also saw this shift. Well, all I know is I came from outside, I walked into the bedroom, and I had a few standing up, and then I was like, I gotta lay down. And they just kind of kept being really strong. At this point, I had called the midwife probably 5 minutes prior. It's like 10:04, actually, when I called her. And I was like, I think, you know, I mean, I'm having quite a few contractions. They're pretty intense. They're intensifying. And she's like, how far are they? And I was like, honestly, they're like 4 minutes apart, honestly. Like, I'm noticing they're coming pretty fast. She's like, why didn't you call me sooner? And I was like, well, I've only been having them for about an hour. But she was like, I hear something in your voice. And she told me that she would know I was in labor when she heard something in my voice. So I knew, like, okay, this is probably it. But I'm also in real pain, so I'm like, yeah, this is probably it. So I actually laid down on the bed and was holding my maternity pillow. And I just was like, these are getting to be a lot. And then I had like 1 or 2 contractions that like really just, what? Okay. Just really got to be just too strong. And so, get up, Amir. Go see if the baby's hungry and then come tell me. Go ask if the baby hungry, and if so, come back and tell mommy. So, yeah. So I was getting to be overwhelmed with the contractions. Next thing I know,
She is, Mom.
she is okay.
Yep.
All right. Mommy would just do the video in here. Off or something. So this is when it gets real. So I'm laying down and I'm like, okay, like this is getting to be yeah, just can you be my videographer? Huh? Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Okay. You just moving around? So, okay, anyways, I'm gonna have to like edit this on YouTube. I'm sorry, y'all, but obviously y'all see this is real life. So, yeah, you're doing too much. You can stay here if you want to tell your part of the story, Mary, but you got to chill out. Can you make it closer? Like, you done ban me because I'm breastfeeding. You know they be hating on women. What? I am looking at it. Jeez. Yes, Amir, I need you to be quiet. You've been trying to interrupt the video the whole time. Like, I told you I'm gonna let you have your turn. So basically,
Hey, what?
hold on, I gotta get her situated. So basically, Amir, I can't even like breathe right now, love. You on top of me? You on top of me? Can I feed your sister? Can you sit next to me? Okay. Amir, I need you to, okay, thank you. Okay, so essentially I lay down and the pain just kept intensifying. At this point, the midwife is, you back up like a little bit. Like,
oh, back up.
yeah, like there, that's great, that's perfect actually. So I'm trying to see what else you could, I can hold it until you, I think I can hold it. Ooh. Okay, so basically, it's actually Mom. I do it on the thing. Thanks. So basically, and can you give me the time? I was trying to do this swiftly, but then, you know, I'm on my class. Okay, so I'm up to hurry story up. Amir, please. Thank you, love. So basically, Amir, don't touch your head. Do not touch your head, love. Like, back over, just a little bit. You'll tell your story, okay? So then I laid down, and then it's fine. I think it's good. So then I lay down, and the contractions just kept intensifying. And so basically, this is probably where he begins to hear me get a little bit louder in my responses to my contractions. And yeah, basically, I was laying there. I was having really strong contractions. The midwife is supposed to be on her way at this point, right? Like, and she understands. But I called her at 10. It's getting about 10:30ish. My contractions are intense, right, at this point. And so I basically am just feeling a lot of intensity, because it's pain, but it's also it's the intensity of it that is what you hear when you hear women making noises in labor. It's the intensity of your body pushing the baby down. And at first, I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to probably end up having this baby right here. Like, I kind of had an inkling, but then the physical part came through. And so I began making these really deep noises with my voice that I remembered that I had with him. And my body just started to basically squeeze very tightly. And then boom, my water broke. At this point, I'm like yelling for my partner to hold my hand. I'm like, please, like, hold my hand. And I thought he understood that my water broke, but we had like dark sheets on the bed, and I had on pants and I had on like a big shirt over it, so you probably really couldn't see it. Shortly after that, I'm like, you need to pull my pants down. Like, you have to pull my pants down. Now, mind you, I'm very calm right now, but I'm like yelling this. And I was like, she wants to come. She wants to come now. Like, she wants to come. She wants to come. I kept saying she wants to come. And he's like, huh? Like, what do you mean? And I'm just like, just pull my pants off. And when he pulled my pants off, that's when he saw that the bed was soaking wet because my water had broken. He didn't understand yet that my water had broken. He now knew that my water had broken. And he's like, oh my God. So he's like calling the midwife, like, this is serious. Like, she, like, you know, I think the baby's coming. And then I was like, she wants to come, she wants to come. And I don't think, that's really all I could get out, but I don't think he fully understood, like, the baby, like, basically, I can feel her head, basically, is what I could have, would have, should have said, but that's all I could get out. What I get out was, she wants to come, she wants to come. And I'm just like, oh, like I just felt my body just do a complete and total push. And then that's when he heard, Amir, what did you hear? What did you hear while mommy was in here? Are you fake sleeping? Get up. Do you want to tell them what you heard when you heard mommy pushing? When you were in the room?
Yep.
He was in his room with my mother. And what did you tell grandma? What did you hear?
She screamed very loud.
Yeah, so I was very loud. My son, be careful with the baby's head, love. He heard me yell. And, I mean, pretty much, my body kept pushing, and the midwife was on the speaker telling
Mom,
my partner what to do. What, baby?
One thing to tell them.
What?
I saw y'all. I saw it too. I saw you too.
Well, yes, you did. You did come and see me. So then I began pushing, and he's on the phone, and
I forgot to
he
turn
pretty
my
much
phone too.
said that her head was out. And I felt the pressure of her head. And then right after her head came out, my mom came in, and she's like, oh my God. And my mom, I love her, but she was a little freaked out. She was kind of like, we should, yes, love. She was trying to, she wanted us to do some other options that I wasn't cool with. And I was like, no, like, she's fine. Like, at that point, I started screaming, somebody just get the baby. I'm about to push again. Somebody just get the baby. That's all I'm saying. Like, midwife's on the phone. My mom was freaking out. And, but then my partner was like, just give me the gloves. Just give me the gloves. My mom got the gloves. And I pushed like 2 or 3 more times. I think he told me I pushed a total of 3 times and the baby was out. And I just, Amir, give her some space.
I have to pee.
He loves his sister. Do you have to go pee?
No.
Okay.
And I have to pee 3 times.
Okay. So, at that point, she got there. The baby was delivered at 11. So, it's like I called my midwife. I started having contractions at 9. I called my midwife at 10. And then I had her at 11, basically. It was off the chain. Like, I couldn't have expected. I mean, everything went great. I did not tear. I basically just sat up in the bed, took off my top, and started nursing her. I kept her cord attached. We waited till the midwife got here because she was already on her way to deliver the placenta. And it was just crazy. And her dad was like, I'm like shaking. Like, I didn't wake up thinking I was going to deliver a baby today. I was like, I didn't wake up thinking I was going to just have a baby in 2 hours. But we did, and we did the home birth. But it was unassisted until the midwife got here and it, examined me and the baby and helped me deliver my placenta. But he followed all her directions. I mean, I'm fine, baby is great. But that's really what happened. It just goes to show me that a lot of the intervention we think we need, we don't. I mean, we didn't have to do anything. We just ended up clamping her cord and waiting on the midwife. There was really nothing to be afraid of. It wasn't scary. It was actually very Amir. It's very empowering, and I'm happy it's over in 2 hours. What I did find out is that entire week leading up, and all that pain, all that discomfort, I was actually in labor. it just would start for a little bit and stop. Start for a little bit and stop. And then it was like when she was ready to come out, my body had done all of the work. So that's what was so crazy. I was definitely in shock for the majority of the day. Day and a half, I'm kind of really just now getting over the shock of it all and how fast it happened. But I am very thankful. And the fact that we were having a home birth already, we already had everything we needed. So it was like, that's why he was so easily able to be like, grab the gloves. And the midwife was able to be like, get the chucks pads and get this and get that, because we already had everything here. Like, we had the stuff to clamp her cord. So I'm thankful that I even was going to do a home birth, because I would have never had medical supplies laying around. Like, if I was planning on going somewhere to have my baby, I wouldn't have had those medical supplies and had sterilized clothes. I mean, there was a whole process for us to get ready for a home birth. And it's like, I would have never done all that stuff and had all this, everything. Amir, you're sniffling. Yeah, I guess this is the phase. Back up a little bit. Like, sit up like a big boy for me. But I'm super thankful that I was able to do it. As I said, my body pushed, which was definitely my experience with him. My natural birth, I wasn't able to feel my body pushing as, with my epidural birth. But I mean, with natural birth, your body takes over. So when I told him to pull down my pants, it wasn't because, oh, they're wet and sticky on me. It's like there is a baby coming out of, like, I can feel it heading down through my pelvis, and the pants gotta come off. I'm gonna have a baby in the pants. Like, I knew she was coming out. Amir, don't do that, love. You wanna go help your grandma cook?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay, oh, I was gonna ask for a kiss, but it's okay. Go help grandma cook. Because he's, like, not gonna stop meddling. Okay. But it was off the chain. It was amazing. Me and her dad are still in awe a little bit, but so thankful. And I definitely applaud his bravery, because I know most men... What's wrong?
Mom.
I'm looking at you. What is your problem?
She said she was already done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then come sit down. Come rest with mommy, and then we'll eat. So, basically, it was great. But as I was saying, finishing up now, I feel like most men probably would have fainted or not known what to do, not had a fast enough reflex. He even helped support my perineum, so I didn't tear, with no previous birth training or anything. So I'm very thankful that me, as well as the baby, had the support that we had from her dad. Because again, I told y'all my mom freaked out. So, I could not have done this without him. We just wrapped the baby up in blankets after and waited on the midwife to get here. But it was absolutely, like, off the chain. Unexpected. Something that I just would have never expected to happen that way. I mean, who thinks, oh, I'm going to call my doctor because I'm having contractions at 1 hour and I'm going to... In an hour. Come here. It sucks to have to kick a parent out, but my mom was about to get kicked out of the room because she was getting scary, and I just was like, there's no time to get scary now. Like, her head is out. There's no time to get scary now, and what is anybody else going to do that me and her father can't do at this point? Like, she's out. Her head is out. Thank you so much for tuning in, checking on me and baby, and all the great stuff, okay? All right. She's still trying to nurse on me. Oh, you are using the diaper. Okay. All right. Love y'all. Bye.